ever left the house, driven onto the highway, and started thinking, did I lock the front door? Did I blow the candle out? Did the garage door close all the way? It's not a good feeling, and it is 10 times worse if you happen to be on your way to the airport. That's why I created a checklist of 50 things to do before leaving for any trip, so you can spend less time worrying and more time enjoying on your next vacation. One month prior to your departure date. Review your passport. You want to make sure the expiry date is not within 6 months. It's also good practice to have at least 6 free pages, especially if you are going to be getting a new visa stamp. Speaking of visas, look at the visa requirements. If you need a visa, apply early. Processing times vary, and you do not want to leave this until the last minute. If you haven't already booked your flights, do it. Usually flight prices are the lowest leading up to 6 weeks before your trip. Once you've gotten closer than that, prices start to rise. Also consider booking your first and second night's accommodation. You may want to book more than this, but having at least the first and second night means that you can arrive stress-free, knowing that you have a place to sleep the first night. Review any vaccinations that you need and book an appointment with your travel clinic. Depending on where you live, it can take 2 days to get an appointment, or it can take 2 weeks, so don't leave this until the last minute. Order any prescriptions that you have and make sure you have enough in stock to last you for your trip and a few extra days, just in case. Sometimes you need a doctor's note to get additional prescriptions before yours run out. Consider getting a credit card with no foreign transaction fees. As a Canadian, I use Stack. Not only are there no fees when I go to withdraw from an ATM abroad, it also gives extra security features. I'm able to track all of my spending on an app and then freeze the card on demand if I ever were to lose it. Check the expiry dates of your ID, your credit card, your debit card. If it's going to expire while you're away, you're going to want to put an order in for it as soon as possible. If there's any chance you'll be driving in the destination, apply for an international driver's license. The process is inexpensive, quick, and easy. It's just a good thing to have. And then buy tickets to any must-do experiences or attractions at your destination. I didn't do this the first time I went to Thailand, and I was completely set on having an elephant sanctuary experience. I didn't realize that the elephant sanctuary in Chiang Mai books out weeks in advance in high season. Let's fast forward to 1 week prior to your departure date. Book and buy your travel insurance. Please don't travel without insurance, and do check with your credit card first because you may already be covered for free. Print, email yourself, and send to a friend all of your confirmations. Often you can show your confirmations on your phone, and that's fine, but if your phone were to die or you were to lose it or you couldn't access the internet, it's always good to have a paper copy with you. By emailing it to yourself or uploading it to a cloud, you can access your confirmations from any device regardless of where you are, and then sending it to a friend is just some extra backup should you need it. I also recommend you share your full itinerary with a friend or a family member. I love the app TripIt because it's completely free to use. I just forward all of my emails of confirmations to plans@tripit.com, and it puts it together in a nice organized itinerary for me that I can then share the link with my mother to keep track. If I ever were to go missing, she would have a starting point of where I am and the contact information of where I'm staying. Make a photocopy of your passport and your IDs. By having this copy, you're not going to have to be pulling out your passport, which is one of the most valuable things you are carrying, every time someone asks to see your ID. It's going to reduce the risk of losing it and also flagging it around for theft. Check if you can register your trip with the government. For Canadians and Americans, it's very simple. It's free, it takes 2 minutes, and then it allows the government to contact you and help you with any messes abroad should they happen. Why not? I have the link below for Canadians and Americans to register in the description. Review your airline's luggage restrictions and also weigh all of your baggage. This is particularly important if you are flying on a budget airline because they will weigh everything and they will nickel and dime you if you are 1 pound over. Baggage fees for checking your bag at the airport can be well over $50 US. Unlock your phone. I can't tell you how many times I've been traveling with people and they've arrived at the airport, tried to get a traveler's SIM card in the destination, then realized that their phone was locked to a specific carrier. So say you're with AT&T or Bell, go to them or go to any phone store and they can unlock your phone for you quickly and cheaply. to allow you to use any SIM card when you're traveling abroad. Pay any outstanding bills and set future bills to be auto-paid. It's not something you want to be worrying about while you're away on vacation. You may also want to arrange for pet sitting, house sitting, or just someone to come by and check on things while you're away. If you don't have a friend or family member to do this, do a quick Google search of your location and house sitter and you will find plenty of options. Also arrange to have your mail either put on hold or picked up by a friend or family member. Head out to the grocery store and buy some non-perishable snacks for your trip. This is good. Say you were to get stuck at the airport on a delay, now you're not having to pay for expensive, overpriced, kind of crappy airport food. Also buy some non-perishable things that you can stock the house with for when you get back home. Think oatmeal, coffee, some frozen meals, that would be a great option. This one is optional, but while you're out shopping, maybe pick up a few small gifts that represent your home country in some way. I bring Canadian branded socks or maple candies with me, and I will leave them with my landlord or anyone that I make a connection with. It's fun to have these little things brought to you from a country that you've never been to. Why not? Notify your bank of all of the destinations that you will be and the dates that you will be traveling in each country. This will help them not put a hold on your card, which is a total pain in the butt to have lifted when you try to use an ATM and suddenly your card is frozen. Notifying them will help reduce the risk of this happening. However, I notify them and often my card is still frozen. I still do it. It's worth trying. See if you can order foreign currency for your destination country prior to leaving home. This way you have it with you when you arrive, and also try to get it in small bills for tips. Whether you get foreign currency or not, try to carry some USD on you. USD is accepted almost anywhere in the world, and then if you were to arrive at the airport and you couldn't withdraw your money from the ATM or your credit card was frozen for some reason, you would have a little bit of money that you could exchange into the local currency to get you started. Break in any new shoes or clothing that you bought specifically for the trip. I can't tell you how many times I've bought new shoes for one trip and then I go to wear them and realize they're incredibly uncomfortable. Try wearing them around the house for the week prior to leaving. Review all of the subscriptions, memberships, and plans. This will depend on how long you're traveling to see if it's worth it. But say you have a gym membership or a subscription to Spotify that you won't be using while you're away. Cancel it. Put it on hold. Even your phone plan. I save 90% off my phone plan because I put the plan off and I have them just put it on a hold for me while I'm traveling. Maybe something that you can do too. Clear up the memory cards on your camera and on your phone. This way you're not taking new pictures and having to go back and delete all of your other pictures to do so. You'll also want to back up all of the photos that you have and all of your information prior to leaving. The actual device can be replaced. The information that's on it can't. Back it up in a cloud or put it onto a hard drive before you leave the house. Take an afternoon to research your destination. I have a whole video which I'll link over here and down in the description below. It also comes with a checklist of all the things that you should research to save yourself time, money, and stress on your trip. It is now the night before or the morning of your flight. I have 18 things that you should do before you board your plane. I promise I will go through them quickly. Check to make sure that your flight is on time. Why wait at the airport if you don't have to? Also check for any up-to-date destination information. Things can change fast. You never know what the weather might do or if there's been a natural disaster or if a new travel alert has been put in place. Review the route and your transportation options from the airport to the hotel of your first night of accommodations. You're also going to want to pack within your carry-on an extra set of 2 days worth of clothes, your toiletries that you would need, and any medications in case your checked baggage were to be lost or delayed at your arrival country. While you're packing, also consider spreading some of that USD and foreign currency throughout your carry-on and throughout your jacket, your pockets, so it's not all in one place. Say something were to be stolen, or if you lost wherever it was, you haven't lost everything. Weigh your luggage, and then weigh it again. Especially for those budget airlines. Tag your luggage. If you already have tags on them, review the information to make sure that your contact info, your phone number, your address hasn't changed. I also recommend you get one of the covered luggage tags, the ones that have a little flap on them that hide your information so you can peel it back and you can see, but it's not out on display while you're going through the airport. Empty your wallet of any non-essentials that you don't need on this trip. Think your library card, a bus pass, a loyalty card for a local store. Fully charge all of your electronics. If you have one of those battery packs, make sure that is fully charged as well. Review any apps that you may need in the country that you're going to and make sure they're downloaded prior to arriving. Think ride-sharing apps like Uber and Lyft or Google Maps, Google Translate, XE Currency Converter, and then download any information from these apps that you may need for offline use. I will download from Google Maps, a few shows from Netflix, some of my favorite podcasts, and playlists from Spotify. Set an autoresponder on your work email so you're not having to worry about responding to coworkers while you're away on your vacation. While you're at it, set the house thermostat to be either 4 degrees warmer or colder. This way you're not using extra energy that you are not even enjoying because you are not in the house. Clean your house quickly, but thoroughly. You do not want to come home to a home that has dishes left in the sink, garbage in the garbage cans, and dirty laundry just sitting there, smelling and waiting for you. Turn off and unplug all electronics. I'll even do this for the television. Say there was a storm and lightning struck the house. I don't want any devices being fried while I'm away or potentially being a fire hazard. Also, turn off your water, so if there were to be a leak, the whole house is not going to flood on you. Lock your windows and close your blinds. This won't help just for privacy, but also if you live in a hot destination, it's going to stop the sun from shining in, heating up your house, causing your thermostat to go on, and wasting energy, costing you extra money. Finally, last one, a couple of water bottles in your freezer because you can usually bring solid frozen water through airport security, which means you're not having to pay for overpriced water at the airport. Now lock that door, make sure the garage door closes all of the way, and start worrying about things like what movies they'll have on the airplane or how terrible you'll be the first time you try surfing. Not about your house. I've created a printable checklist that I use every time before I leave the house for a trip, and I've included it in the description below for you to download and use for free. If you enjoyed this video, you will love this one right here on 50 flight hacks for your most epic flight ever, and this one down here on 30 carry-on packing hacks. Next week, I'll be sharing my secrets on the top websites, apps, and life hacks that I use to save money to actually afford to take these trips. So I hope you'll hit my face right over here to subscribe and tune in for that one. I think you'll like it. Hope to see you next week. Thank you so much for being here. Have a good one. Bye.